What's up, guys? Welcome to Raw Vibrant Health. My name is Light. It's a delight to see you guys here. Just want to let you know, if you do want to get notified of my videos, hit that bell so that you can get notified, because otherwise you're probably not going to see. Even if you hit the bell, you might not see, because I don't know. Well, hey, maybe it's just because hopefully people are just not watching TV as much and even watching YouTube as much, because people are like hopefully getting ready for this new world, growing food and doing positive things. But either way, I'm still trying to make something of myself here, and it is nice to see the channel grow a little bit. So and if anyone is still there, let me know you're still there, because this channel is at an all-time low of views. So wanted to talk to you guys about not taking things for granted. By the way, I just ate like a gigantic dose of this super powerful extracted Blue Lotus. So my teeth are, it's very sticky and tarry, and it's kind of on my teeth. But anyways, I want to talk about, like I said, about not taking things for granted. And that goes on a lot of levels. So I actually broke my knee 5 weeks ago, and I've been totally on my ass here. And I never really take things for granted too much. When I was younger, I did, of course. But when I can start walking again, believe me, I'm going to have even more of an appreciation for my legs. But yeah, it could be another couple months. So it's just kind of it made me think, oh, I want to make a video, because there's a lot of other things we shouldn't take anything for granted, because just like this, something can change. Even your health, you might think you're doing okay eating Dunkin' Donuts and hot dogs and whatever, Lunchables or whatever you want to eat, Pop-Tarts. Eventually, it could just be tomorrow even. Just like that, things can change. So it's always good to do healthy lifestyle and have healthy habits. Consume living food and light food as much as you can, so that you can prevent things from happening, But yeah, it's been rough. It's been real. I'm so blessed that my guy Phil here has just been able to help me quite a bit. He's the only one around here. I already knew that most of the people here are just acquaintances, but now I really know who my real friends are, at least here on this island. And I could really use some comfrey leaf. I know where to harvest it, but I have no way of getting it right now. Yeah, it's humbling. It's humbling to not have your legs. I mean, I can hop around and stuff, but it's been hard to get the food, because as raw vegans, we require a lot of stuff, and we have to scour multiple places, sometimes daily, going to 4 or 5 different places just to find ripe things. And so I've definitely been dealing with just having less stuff, and I'm okay with that, But sometimes, yeah, actually some of my minor, not severe ulcerative colitis like stuff, but some of it came back for a while there. But now I'm back 7 days 100% raw, and just because I was like, well, I don't know when I'm going to get to the store again, then I have to buy a bunch of tempeh and all this. So I'm just trying to just somehow figure out how I can stay raw. Yeah, if anyone's in Hawaii wants to help me with comfrey, help bring some fruits to me, obviously I'll pay you. I'm not like some of these people who I can actually name, who you would know, who got hurt, and then they just used their image, and then everyone brought them stuff, and then they didn't even ask to pay for it or anything, and then now they're carnivore. So I'm not going to say who that is. I'm not that kind of guy, so yeah, so it's been intense. It can be a lot worse, and it has been a lot worse in my life. My life has been mostly tribulation and not much fun, to be honest. But I'm still enjoying even the rough parts, you know. That's the key, is if you can enjoy the pain, you can find some comic relief in the pain, maybe. You can find some light in the darkness. That's the key. And I wanted to bring this up, as always, the Daily Green Boost, talk about the light in the darkness. Guys, this is the best barley grass green powder ever. You should hit them up at dailygreenboost.com. I love supporting these guys. I love ingesting this stuff as much as I can. It has like a ton. Just one little tablespoon of this has a ton of just amazing chlorophyll and nutrition and energy. And a lot of barley grass powders, I would say most of them, a lot of them, at least almost 50% of them, have a lot of heavy metals and pesticides and whatnot. They test this thing to the nines, okay? They test over 300 for 300 different pesticides. Did you even know there was that many? And they also test for heavy metals. So, as always, I want to support these guys and shout out and promote them. Super organic, super vegan, super kind, beautiful people. All right. Yeah, so it's all about every day, every breath, just appreciating it, because it can always get better, it can always get worse, but the trick is to enjoy the journey. And the journey, you have the beginning of a journey, you have the little bit more than the beginning, you have the middle, you have almost the end, and then you have the end. And so if you're just waiting to get to the end for that to get your happiness, to get healthy, to get you're never going to get there. You want to enjoy the ride and not live for tomorrow. You want to live for today. If you never live for today, you're always going to be looking for something else. You're not going to be grateful. You're not going to be, oh, I got these, this good fruit to eat today. The sun actually came out the last 2 days. Just little things. I have a freaking roof over my head. It might be ghetto as F-U-C-K, and I might have the biggest slumlord of literally all time, but I still have a roof over my head. All right? So, it's about having the gratitude, being grateful for it, even just down to every minute. Like, wow, I feel life. And the more you quiet your mind down, then the more you settle into your heart there and live from that heart, you'll feel better. You'll feel more at peace, and you're not going to take things for granted, right? When you're present and you're aware and you're mindful and you appreciate, like I said, when you can appreciate the basics, you're not going to be taking things for granted. And that's how I've lived my life for a very long time. I've been a minimalist. I've been a freedom man for so long. And I just suggest that. Find a way that you can sit with yourself and just be content and be happy, even though, yeah, it's not always great, but you'll enjoy it. You'll have more well-being. You'll have more rich experiences and more, what do they call that, perspective, if you are grateful, if you cherish the small things, and the big things, So living our lives like that is the way to do it, for me at least. And then it's like, you don't want to take a lot of things for granted, guys. These times, if you don't stand up for what is wrong or for what is right, but if you don't want to stand up against things, but if you stand up for the truth and for what is right, that's the only way we're going to survive, and that goes with, like, guys, pay cash. Whenever you can, pay cash. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you can, do things that are going to help you and that are going to make you appreciate your life. Because if we don't start using cash, we're going to be taking we're going to have putting ourselves into a freaking concentration camp sooner than later, and it's not going to happen at all if we all stand up. And because it always goes back to that. I always have to be like, hey guys, do you remember what happened the last 6 years? You're just going to forget about this? Guys, no, you can't forget about what they tried to pull. And they're continuing to do it. And of course, here we go, another war funded by both sides, as every single time. And countless people dying. You know, it's like, yeah, can always be worse, you know? Can always be worse. So don't take things for granted. And in doing that, like I said, you want to be watching what can you do to preserve and to stand up for nature and to stand up for what is right, you know, like going back to the digital currency thing and all this stuff. It's like, when you really see what you can do, you got to implement it. So that's just another thing. I know this video is kind of wacky, but I've been like really, I don't know, today I've been really feeling exhausted for some reason. And I just took the Blue Lotus. It definitely gave me some energy, even though it doesn't do that much. It's a very subtle thing. Anytime I take any sort of plant medicine of any sort, even the smallest microdose, it does something to me. But I'm kind of, I can just, like I said, I felt weird all day, so this would probably come off weird anyways. So that's my video. And guys, I still do consultations, raw, vibrant health consultations. And by the way, yeah, I've been basically out of the medical system for 20 years or something, and it's been a trip going back to these, oh my God, to these doctors. They give you 45 seconds, like the other day. Oh, okay, I'll be right back. And then he didn't even come back. The nurse came back and said, here's your stuff. I'm like, wait, I wasn't done with this guy. He gave me 35 seconds and said he's coming back because I'm trying to get a referral for physical therapy. And yeah, so guys, I do 90-minute consultations where I actually look, and I actually have a good track record of helping people, you know, guiding them so they can actually heal stuff. It just baffles me that people trust these white coats. There's a few times, like now, broken bone and stuff, that you can use these guys and get x-rays and stuff like that. It can be important. You don't always need to, but it just like baffles me. Like people, they don't want to pay me a small amount of money, but they'll go to the doctor and worship these doctors, and the doctor gives them literally 30 seconds. And then, oh, you got to come back. Oh, you got to get this prescription. Oh, you got to do this. And it's like, it's such a racket. So again, yeah, if anyone's in the Big Island here and wants to help me, you know, any raw vegan babes that, hey, I do semen retention 5 years. But if any raw vegan babes want to give the man a sponge bath and hit the morphine drip for me, let me know. I have to be a little, you gotta have some sense of humor, you know. Too serious all the time is not good, and then too goofy all the time is not good. Believe me, I was a lot goofier. So it's a nice little even keel is good, and wishing you guys the best. I hope you guys are doing good out there, and yeah, I don't know, I might trying to figure out, I want to go to Greece, and I want to go to Europe finally before they do this Schengen, making the visa really insane. I would like to go to the islands. I'd like to go to the Canary Islands in Spain and the other islands there in Spain. But I don't know, I don't know, it's probably going to be at least another month till I can start walking, but realistically probably 2, unless I really start water fasting and get the comfrey. But Sally, a friend from Facebook, oh my God, she's like, I'll send you some. I'm like, oh my God, I can use dried comfrey. I can use it. I can make that work. So I'm really grateful for that gift that she's sending to me. That's like really nice. I try not to ask for things, you know, but I will accept things, being as I don't have income really, especially now that I can't do the farmers markets. So anyways, coming out here just like a madman as always. But yeah, I might That's what I was going to say. My friends here might have me, they might want me to, they do want me to house sit for them for 6 months, from April to October. But I'm like, if I stay here, I would like to move to the north part so I could be closer to the Kona side, to the beaches and all these other farmers markets. And there's more sun up there and more good, like, so I'm thinking, I'm just so sick of this area of Hawaii. If you haven't been, guys, is the ghetto. It's the most ghetto. You people wouldn't think that, but it is. It's also very beautiful. Okay, it's also very, very beautiful, but I like change. I like change sometimes. And I know my merch, my farmers markets my stuff will fly once I find the markets where there's actually tourists and actually people with money, because I know how to make money at markets, guys. I toured with Grateful Dead band members and other bands for a long time, and like I said a few videos back, I finally explained some of that. But the last three something years, every day I was making like big stacks. But that was a long time ago. Anyways, sending you love and light. Be well, guys.